Welcome to Media Spectrum. I'm your host Daniel, and today we are doing a rare, just fresh out of the movie theater review of Obsession. So, first off, full disclosure, my reviews are usually more like mini video essays almost. I really like to get in and dig into them. Since I just got out of the movie of this, and since there's not really that much online footage I can find to make clips out of and things like that, I'm just going to do my quick basic thoughts, so this will be quicker and simpler than my usual videos. And when this comes out on streaming, I definitely will do a more typical in-depth review because I think it absolutely deserves it. But right now, I will just say, if you have any interest in seeing this in the theater and you have not seen it yet, go see it. I am so glad that I saw this movie with the full theater audience. It was a pretty packed theater, like a month out on a Tuesday matinee, and I've never been in a movie theater where there was so much uncomfortable laughter throughout the whole movie. Like, not even like hard laughs, but like chuckles, like from so many people throughout the movie at different points. And there would be times where one person would start laughing a little, like others start laughing a little. There was times I would chuckle at something and someone near me would chuckle at that. And then there's definitely a few big holy shit scream jump moments for sure. And so honestly, this was a movie that I was okay to wait until it came out on streaming for. I wanted to see it, but I wasn't super excited about it. But then I saw the run this was going on, which for those who don't really pay attention to the business side of things, basically, this movie came out and for 3 weeks in a row, its box office improved, which is pretty much unheard of. Usually movies will come out, they'll have a really big opening week and then a sharp drop in their second week and so on. Unless they open to like a whole bunch of new theaters in the second week, which this one didn't. I think it opened in like 40 new theaters in its second week. And after its fourth weekend, it did go down a little bit, but it still made more in its fourth weekend than it did on its opening weekend, which is just crazy. The word of mouth, I've seen so many posts about this in Facebook movie groups, on social media, on YouTube, of course, that I really was starting to feel like I was missing out. So I made sure to go see this in the theater, and again, I'm glad I did. This is just such a well-made movie. It is so singular in its vision and voice. Like, Curry Barker didn't just write and direct this, he also edited it. And it does kind of feel like his YouTube sketches, if you've ever seen any of them. There is a very intentional uncomfortableness to it, which in his YouTube sketches, he pushes more towards laughter. But in here, he pushes towards laughter, but it's a lot more scared laughter. And I wouldn't even call this a horror comedy. It's more like, it's very much a horror movie with a sharp, dark sense of humor. All the actors do quite well in this. There's even a couple who I'm pretty sure have been in some of his sketches on YouTube before. But the standout who's making all the waves is Indy Navarrete as Nikki, and well-deserved. She gives an incredible physical performance in this. There are times where just the way she moves and little things she does with her voice are so deeply unsettling. And that's kind of what I think about when I think about this movie. I think about disturbing, unsettling. I've seen way gorier movies than this. I've seen movies with much higher body counts, with a lot more violence. But this movie just crawls under your skin and lingers there. And it's a very heightened concept, but the way the people are reacting and things like that is just so real, you know? And this is also a movie that's very much fitting for kind of this time and place. So to go to the basic concept, in case you somehow don't know, this is about a guy who gets a little, it's called One Wish Willow. It's just this little stick where you snap it and you make a wish and it's supposed to come true. And so he's this kind of awkward guy who's pining after this female coworker / like old high school friend, it sounds like. And he wishes, I wish that Nikki Freeman, I wish that Nikki loved me more than anyone in the whole world. And the second he makes that wish, her personality starts changing. And the movie does such a good job of like showing immediately that, oh, something's actually happening here, this has worked, while still having a very strong sense of escalation of things just getting more and more crazy, of her acting more and more out of pocket. Again, extremely well constructed. But also this movie has so much to say about modern dating and male and female dynamics, especially amongst Gen Z. And this movie really made me feel like I felt when I watched The Social Network for the first time. So I watched The Social Network in 2010 as like a kind of later stage millennial. I'm almost on the cusp between Gen Y and Gen Z. I was born in 1992, and so I think that kind of puts me almost on the cusp in a way between Gen Y and Gen Z. Like my sister was born in 97, and I'm pretty sure she counts as Gen Z. I'm close. I watched that movie, and it felt so much about the time and place that I was growing up in. It was like, okay, this is something that's actually about my world. And I haven't felt that strongly about a movie since this one, where it's like, this is about things in the world today. This is in tune with the younger generation. This is definitively like a Gen Z movie. And even though I'm not part of Gen Z, like I said, I'm close to it. I know people in Gen Z. I myself have dated a few younger ladies in this Gen Z 24, 25-year-old category. And there are so many dynamics and interpersonal relationships and things going on in this movie that I have seen and even personally experienced at times, and nowhere near the extremes they go to, thankfully. But God, like this movie is just so smart and so timely and so well made, and I am so impressed with it. So, 2 thumbs way up. If you have any desire to see this while it is out in theaters, I highly recommend you get the theatrical experience for it. And when this comes out, I will dig a lot more into it and unpack the elements more, but again, I'm just very impressed by this movie and cannot recommend it enough. So anyway, I will see you guys next week when I come back with a much more standard analytical review on one of my favorite comedies of all time, Blazing Saddles. I'll see you guys next week. Until then, stay sane, stay human.